It's your boy, the Big Head Dude, and I'm back with another one.
LB the Prince. Everybody call me Light Bright. Got the name out the pen, nigga. You know what it is, nigga.
So he actually jumped the gun. That's who I'm sitting down with. I've actually known this cat for a while. He's no neighborhood friend, and I'm glad to still see him out here kicking and alive and free.
Thank you. Good to see you too, fam.
What's going on with you, man? How things been?
Shit, up and down, like a roller coaster and shit. Doing good, and slip off my pivot and end up, not doing my school and basically, cause I'm going to the University of Phoenix for science and health. I already got my grants, tuition already paid for full 4 years, and then I get my scholarship and then do something with it. You know what I mean? But my drug addiction kind of keeping me from achieving my goals.
I feel that, man. I'm glad to hear that you're trying to actually do something with your life, get an education and prosper,
Even if I'm homeless, I kind of look at it to be like a how can I say it, a leading example. Even if you're homeless, you know what I'm saying, knowledge is power. You can still do something with your mind. They can never take that away from you. So, shit, if I can do that to get rich, I'm gonna do that.
I feel that. Man, let's speak on the homelessness. How long have you been homeless?
Shit, going on this last 2 years. I was for the first year I was staying with my ex and shit. Where we weren't together, but I was living with her. I ended up having to leave from there, which violated me. I went on the run and I met some chick.
What you mean violated?
Parole.
Parole? You're on parole?
I was on parole.
You were on parole, and you leaving your ex's spot put you in a violation?
It put me in violation, so I went on the run, and then I got hemmed up with a new chick that I was seeing. She looked out for me solid. I only had to do a month to kill my number anyway, so went in for this last time for a month, got out, clean slate. I ain't got no warrants. I ain't got to look over my shoulder. It's the first time in 5 years that I actually, feel good about that. You know what I mean? Like, it's a good feeling. It really is. I suggest anybody that's dealing with that, take care of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, man up, grab your nuts or you know what I'm saying, your tits if you're a female, and fucking take care of it. You know what I mean? Because ain't no life if you're constantly looking over your shoulder. You know what I mean?
Looking out for the police, you're talking about.
Yeah, looking out for the popo.
I feel you. So right now, homeless and battling a drug addiction, right?
Yep. I'm actually just basically about to enroll myself into rehab, self-rehabilitation. Basically, be there for 10 days. After the 10 days, they'll put me in housing. I'll get my own apartment. All through the Cornerstone. Shout out to Cornerstone. I haven't been there yet, but I heard good things about them. So we're gonna check that out. Hopefully here in the next 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? You see me again, another 40 pounds heavier. Yeah.
So there is help out here.
Huh?
There is help out here.
Oh, there's all kinds of help. You just, you gotta be able to reach out and grab it. You know what I mean?
You gotta want to do it, basically.
Yeah, you gotta want to do it. Nobody's gonna do it for you. You gotta do it yourself sometimes. But you need a little help. They're there to help you. So, they are out there. You know what I mean? Just gotta do it.
What's it like being homeless in the middle of the summer in Tucson, Arizona?
Man, it sucks, bro. I'm talking about this heat. Literally. I think a lot of the people are going crazy because of the sun is baking their brains, and they're not thinking right, and they're not doing things that they need to do and staying on task. I'm not no one to judge, but the streets have got really bad, you know what I mean? Really, really bad. The epidemic tore the streets apart, man. I'm talking about some of the OGs that I know. They're way off their pivot, and they can't even lead the youngins in the right path no more. And me being one of the OGs now, you know what I mean? I feel like I gotta lead an example on that and stand on my 10 toes and show. You know what I mean? That's how that's gotta go. But other than that, back to being homeless.
Feel you. So, homeless. It's the middle of the summer. What are some of the challenges you face out here while being homeless?
Um,
Is there any
I'm not eating.
not eating?
I'm stressed out. Um, you got 24 hours in a day, so you need to wake up and take care of your normal daily things that you do, like brush your teeth, wash your face, take a shit. You know what I mean? In peace. How you gonna do that if you're homeless? You know what I mean? Those are mandatory necessities that you got to do. I make it happen. You know what I mean? I got people that do look out for me. You know what I mean? But some people out there, they don't have that. Don't know what they had done to cause them not to have any type of what do you call it?
Love out here, I'd call it.
You know, look. And sometimes you need tough love. When you
Mm-hmm.
got tough love, you constantly help somebody out too much, they tend to expect it. You know, and you enable that person to do it themselves. So, like, yeah, it's good to get help, but sometimes you gotta do it yourself. You know what I mean?
Um, so the addiction side of things. How long have you been addicted to drugs?
So, I was, I started off, you know what I mean, gate drug,
Take us
weed.
back. When's the first time
Way
you
back, I was,
ever got high?
um, the same time I lost my virginity.
How old was that?
I was 9 years old.
9 years old.
Yup, I was putting it in since I was 9, like Pimp C said. Rest in peace, Pimp C. Shout out, you know what I mean? I've been putting it down since I was 9, you know what I mean?
And
I
at
didn't know
9 years old, what was the first substance you used?
marijuana.
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 I think that's everybody's first.
Yeah, well,
Is it true?
you
Do you
would
believe
think
it's
that
true that marijuana is a gateway drug?
anything could be a gateway drug. It don't have to be marijuana. It could be anything. You know, there's a lot of things that are very addicting, and um, the gateway drug for me was marijuana. So
So at
that's how
9 years old, you tried marijuana. Where did it go from there?
basically drinking,
Drinking.
partying, having fun. I didn't start using hard drugs. I never thought I was gonna use hard drugs until I got older, and I lost my mentor, who I was working for at the time. I did graphic designs. I was getting paid $30 an hour. I was working at the age of 17 all the way till I was 27. Then he passed away. I was supposed to take over his business, and you know what I mean, and build it up from the ground. But him being gone and passed away, I think it kind of did fuck with my mind, because then I didn't have the stability, you know what I mean, as far as a job, you know what I mean, and I did that for 10 years. I ain't trying to be flipping burgers, just being honest, you know what I mean. I have done it, and I don't mind doing it. A job's a job, but when you're doing a job that feels like a job, then you're constantly gonna beat yourself and slave for what, dollars and shit. So I'd rather, you know what I'm saying, if I'm a slave, I'm gonna make sure it's worth it, you know what I mean?
I feel you. So what was that first hard narcotic you tried?
Shit, hard narcotic I tried probably was
Or let's say, what was the first narcotic that got you hooked?
cocaine.
Cocaine? What age was that?
Shit, I think I was 13.
13?
I wasn't addicted to it. I never was addicted to cocaine. I just tried it,
Mm-hmm.
which ultimately led to stronger drugs. As far as I think I'm more of a downer. You know, I got ADHD, had it since I was a kid. So that with an upper kind of like knocks the balance off,
Mm-hmm.
and it does a chemical reaction to your brain. So when I do downers, I actually got energy. I'm actually up. You know what I mean? And when I do uppers, I'm actually just level, like just normal. Like it doesn't do nothing for me. You know, so I kind of lean towards the downers, like opiates and stuff. So back to the hard drugs, Percocets, the what do you call it, Roxicets, I believe. That kind of, you know what I'm saying, did a lot of
Hold on, y'all. We got somebody coming down the stairs. We're gonna move real quick. Had a brief little intermission there. We had to move and get out the way, but you were speaking on Roxy's.
Okay, yeah, I started, I got introduced by a homie, a friend of a friend, who kind of put me on, and I sniffed it for the first time and fell in love, and I kind of been doing them ever since. But they started becoming harder to get, and they're very expensive. So I started doing the cheapest version, which is Negra, aka, you know what I'm saying, Chiva, aka Black Tar. Solid name for it, heroin.
Heroin. And what age was this?
I was probably we're gonna go up another. I think I was 26 when I first tried it.
Heroin?
Mm-hmm.
At 26, you tried heroin, and
basically I would smoke it. I put it on some foil and chase the dragon. You know what I mean? Good feeling, you know. And I mean, a lot of us was doing it. So it was like back in the day when, like, I don't know if you were born, if your mom was born in the 80s, but like, or if you're an 80s baby, you usually was a crack baby. You know what I mean? Because your parents did crack, because it wasn't looked down upon. It was actually something that they all did because it was a party type of drug. But turns out, got a bad rap, and if you did it, you were called a crackhead. You know what I mean? So I think the heroin in my generation was like the crack in my parents and that generation and their friends, you know what I mean? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But long story short, back to current, and so I did 3.5 years in prison. 2.5 in, got out, went back in, got out, went back in. This last time I got, the second time I got out, there was no heroin.
no heroin.
Yeah, I mean, you could get it. It ain't like it's gonna disappear, you know what I mean? That's not the case. It's just nobody was doing it.
The streets got cleaned up?
No, the streets got worse.
They got worse?
Yeah.
Something took its place?
Yep, something harder.
And what's that?
That's the fentanyl pills.
The fentanyl pills.
Yep, them motherfuckers ain't no joke, boy. I'm talking about they grab you by the cojones and they won't let you go.
And so is that where we're at now?
Yeah, I started dabbling with it and didn't recognize myself when I went back the last time. I had lost so much weight that I know for a fact that I would have died if I had to continue to use. So I looked at it like I was kind of saved in a sense, and I told myself I wasn't gonna ever go back to that, you know what I mean? And then I got out a free man, no paper, no tail behind me, so I ain't gotta worry about, you know, looking over my shoulder when I walk around, as far as the cops, you know what I'm saying? I see them, hey, how you doing? Keep on walking. It's all good, you know what I mean? I ain't got nothing to hide, ain't got nothing to worry about, you know what I mean? For the first time, it's been a long time, you know what I mean? But other than that, like, I started, you know, nobody could tell me what to do. I'm a grown man, and you know, I ain't got to drop. I ain't got to piss test for nobody. So I figured, shit, why not get high? So I started smoking again. At the same time, I have goals. So as I'm, what do you call it? recovering addict to back to being an addict to when I was recovering addict. I wanted to go to college. I did everything I did, got my GED. I scored a high GPA average to is considered above genius, and basically I qualified for a university, not a Pima Community College. I go to a University of Phoenix, but long story short, I was doing good for a little bit. Next thing you know, the situation of me, I think, trying to be successful, kind of like made a lot of people envious. Probably, I'm not saying that that's what it was, but even felt like my own family would do things to throw me off or deter me from staying focused, which caused me to not have A's, what do you call it? Grades that are A's. I don't get B's. You know what I mean? I get A's. If I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it the best. You know what I mean? So for the first month, I was getting nothing but A's, and then the second month hit, it started going down. Next thing you know, I was failing, and trying to get back on the rocker and keep on going ahead at full speed. I got to do a Superman jump, and that means that once I get to a point where I'm like just done with everything, you know what I mean? I'm gonna grab my cape and I'm gonna Superman jump this bitch. You know what I mean? And when I do, you know what I'm saying? If somebody grabs onto me, they're just gonna get pulled with me. You know what I mean? Cause I ain't gonna sit there and be brought down for nobody. You know what I mean? Family, friends, no matter who it is. That's the real lesson. It is sometimes you gotta show tough love and let people go. It's sometimes hard, but you got to do it sometimes. You know, nobody could take care of self like self.
I hear the passion in that. So, from heroin to the fentanyl pills, homelessness, that's where we at now. Have you dabbled with meth?
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
I hate it though.
It's the devil's drug, huh?
Nasty. But when you're constantly down,
you need something to lift you up, huh?
Need something to lift me up, and with the chemical imbalance, it does lift me up, but it doesn't continue to keep me above. You know what I mean? So once you start to crash, you really crash.
Yeah.
So like I kind of was doing that for a little bit, and with the stress and not eating, I probably lost at least 70 pounds. You know?
Because I've seen pictures on your Facebook, man. You was a big boy.
Yeah. Again, I started working out and basically I was like a health freak. You know what I mean? A health fanatic. You know what I mean? I'm waking up, I'm drinking shakes, I'm doing fucking stretches, I'm doing jogs, I'm working out every day. After I get out of work, I'm working out. I don't even jump in the shower when I get out of work. You feel me? I throw on my workout clothes and I head straight to the gym. You know what I mean? And that right there makes you feel good. It releases endorphins in your body that goes to your brain and makes you feel good about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And I suggest that all men should work out.
Mm-hmm.
Even females, but men, as far as we are testosterone built species.
Mm-hmm.
And if we ain't building our testosterone up, we will be constantly brought down and weakened. So you gotta constantly keep that level. You know what I mean? Females is a different story. You know what I mean? They're estrogen built. You know what I mean? So, like, yeah, they can get muscle and they get muscle. You know what I'm saying? But that right there it comes from a whole different process. So they're able to gain weight easier. They're able to you know what I mean, just do different things, you know what I mean? But as far as, you know, I feel like they should get treated this, like, you know what I mean? Like
everybody should be healthy.
Yeah, everybody should be, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, the goal is to live forever, right? You know what I mean? So I decided to change my career from graphic design. I've been doing it for 10 years. There's nothing that I don't know about graphic design. Why not go to college for that? But why would I do something that I already know? I need to do something that's gonna test me and test my limits. And something that I wanted to always do, it was going to the medical field. So that right there process ultimately helps me live forever, because I'm gonna find some type of way to make that happen for me and for everybody else.
That's
But
what's up.
you know, a lot of people do know that story about me and shit, but other than that, like, it's not happening right now. It's not, and I feel like I gotta get my shit together and get back on my pivot and make that happen, because I'm dying out here. You know what I mean? And I ain't trying to be dead. I'm not gonna die. So time to man up and go to this motherfucking rehab.
So I appreciate you sharing where you came from, where you at right now. What's the near future look like for you? I know you said that you planning on going to rehab here soon. What's the near future for you?
Getting clean, getting my own place, doing my school, and take care of my son that should be born in the next month.
All right. Do you have any advice for those who may be thinking about trying drugs, or you know what I mean, who don't want to do the right thing? What's your advice to the youth?
I'm not saying that, you know what I mean, that, you know, it's like a bad thing, because if you didn't know this, jaguars are some of the healthiest creatures out there, and they actually spend 50% of their day high on plants and various things that they eat, and they purposely go and retrieve these things to stay high 50% of their day. Look it up. That's some knowledge for that ass.
We'll definitely look into that. But man, we appreciate you taking time out of your day to you know what I mean, share your story, share your struggle, and hopefully enlighten somebody else and get somebody on the right path. Do you have any social media that you'd like to put out there if anybody has words of love or encouragement for you?
I'm gonna be doing my music pretty soon, and I'm gonna put a lot of my pain and suffering and a lot of knowledge for the upcoming generation, because you know there's no really knowledge in the music that we have. So like I feel like I need to probably establish that and make that happen. So just look out for Light Bright the Prince, you know what I mean? Prodigy. I've been out here for a long time, but it's time to get on my grind and not look down, only look up, you know what I mean? Gotta keep your head high.
Awesome, man. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir.